What is up, everybody? My name is Harry Rice. Welcome back to the channel. Today, this is a brand new live stream, of course, and today the Montreal Canadiens played a hockey game, as is per usual. We played a game against the Boston Bruins, and oh boy, this looked like it was going to get out of hand, and then kind of didn't, weirdly enough. But, of course, we're going to get into that. If anybody's got any comments or questions, I'll tell you guys right away. Put in the chat, I'll get to them. My name is Harry Rice once again. And I will say this right off the bat, if you enjoy the content, hit the like and subscribe. Check out some more content. MCW, that stuff. So yeah, usually there'd be comments here, but we're coming up a little bit later than I was hoping to. Jack, how's it going, man? Pleasure to see you in the chat, my good sir. Yeah, so usually there'd be a lot of comments for me to get to first, but there's not. So if you're new here, how we usually do this is we go through the lines for both teams. I give my little game summary recap analysis, whatever you want to call it. I go through the stats for the Canadiens, and then we work our way on out of here. Chev, you're calling the police on Matthias Samuelsson. Why is that? Why are you calling the police on Matthias Samuelsson? Why are you calling the police on Matthias Samuelsson? I want to know that. Dylan Gunther might be him. Oh, 100% he is, man. Jack, I don't know if you can say the Primo experiment should be officially over. He had one bad game. He played great at the end of last season. I think he played really well. Created a 5-on-3 with under 2 to go, in which the King... Well, I mean, to be fair, Sporty, it's the Sabres. What did you expect? But, yeah, Matthias Samuelsson, I think it's safe to say you don't like him anymore. Habs Guru, it's going quite well, my good sir. Thank you for coming by. Hope it's going well with you, too. So yeah, I'll start the review off with this, with highlighting Jack's comment that the Primo experiment should officially be over. It's one game. It's one game that he played, and he didn't play it all that well. The same thing happened last year, and yes, I will acknowledge it was a 3-goalie rotation. Nobody liked the 3-goalie rotation. Primo got better as the season went along, to where at the end of the year, it was arguable that Primo might have been the better goalie than Montembeault. You know, maybe not necessarily coming into the season, and I just realized I still have my AirPod in, and I don't know why I do. But it was debatable that Primo could have been considered the better goalie than Montembeault at the end of the year. He was very solid, he played well, and it looked like we might have two pretty decent goalies. And I'll say this as well. You look at last night with Montembeault, the 48-save shutout. He played a phenomenal game. If you came into this game expecting something similar from Caden Primo, you were going to be sorely mistaken. You were going to be mistaken. It's the Boston Bruins. No matter how weak they might look on paper the past 5-6 years, they've been very good. They've been very good at generating offensive chances with the considerable lack of offense that their bottom 6 looks like. You know, their second best defenseman is Nikita Zadorov, who's not even that good. You know, 4-4. Oh my God, that Utah Islanders game. I clicked off of it to go live, and it was 3-3. Oh my God, Jack. Yeah, he definitely gave up a couple weak ones, and we'll get there. I think there were 2 weak ones. I believe it was. I know for sure it was the 2nd goal, and I believe it was the 5th goal. And we'll talk about the 6th goal as well, because I've seen people blaming Montembeault for that one, and yeah. A goal each, 13 seconds apart with 2 to go. Oh my God. That sounds like it should be a game that I should be watching right now. But I'm talking about the Canadiens instead, which, given the way the game went tonight, but we'll do it anyways, obviously. But yeah, keep me updated on that game. Holy shit. Faggio, yep, Kopitar. Kopitar indeed. He did happen to the Sabres. So again, with Primo, it's his first game in 6 months. Thank you, Sporty. Keep me in the loop. I appreciate it. It's his first game in 6 months. Yes, the preseason games, he looked all right. I'm not counting those because, let's be honest, you're not really trying all that hard in preseason, you know. So, yeah. For me, I think Primo played okay. Despite the 2 goals that I've had back, I think he played an all-right game. Yes, the 6 goals on, I think it was 24 shots, I think. Saves on 28 shots. You'd You'd preferably want that to be 24, 25, 26 out of 28. But with the way that we played tonight, especially in the second and the start of the third, quite frankly, I can't. It's surprising that he didn't allow 8 or 9 with how bad the team played for a good half of the game at least. And I hope that this is not a pattern that we fall into similar to last year. How, we'd end up losing games in the second period. We'd lose games in a second period, and the third period we'd push, and in the final 5 minutes we'd get back, and we'd still lose. But we'd make it really close. 1-goal game, maybe tie it, and lose in overtime. And I'm glad that we didn't have that here. And obviously I would have preferred at least the 1 point, go 1-0-1 instead of 1-1-0. 1-1-0, but I just don't want this to be a similar situation to last year where we'd lose games in the second periods. It felt like half the games we lost last year, we lost them in the second period. So I'm hoping that this is just one of those games because we're on the second half of a back-to-back. The guys were kind of tired. It's the first back-to-back of the year. It's basically most of these guys' first games. It's Armia's second game in 6 months. For some reason, he didn't get into any preseason games. So I get why we didn't play to the best of our ability. With that being said, before we get into the full game, we better come out playing better on Saturday because we're playing the Senators at home. For a second, I thought we were in Ottawa, so I was going to say it's actually a secondary home, but no, it's in the Bell Center. It is at home. We play the Senators at home. I'm assuming Montembeault is going to start that game. The Canadiens should come out strong in that game. And I'm going to say this. It's not to slight him, but we need Michael Pezzetta in the lineup, and I would scratch Alex Barré-Boulet. I like Barré-Boulet. I thought he had a couple okay chances on that fourth line. Before that, it got split up in the third, which we'll get to. But I think if you can stick a little bit more physicality and grit with Michael Pezzetta, you're not losing much offensive potential with a guy like Barré-Boulet being out. And I get why he's in. He is on the second power play unit. I think he's okay. But you can replace Barré-Boulet. That first unit is Caulfield, Suzuki, Slafkovsky, Doc, and Matheson. The second unit has Hutson, Newhook, Gallagher, Anderson. You can stick Armia there. You could try Kapanen in there. You could try, or you could even go with a goalie or a Savard. Go with the 3 and 2, like old school style for the power play. Barré-Boulet can come in and out of the lineup if he needs, and I think especially for a team that doesn't win as much that often, like Ottawa, for a team that's a constant letdown, a team that has relied mostly on their grit to do anything of relevance over the past 6 years. I think you got to counter that in some way. You already have Jack on the lineup, who we'll talk about. Anderson, who can be gritty. Slav and Doc, who can be gritty too. You've got guys in the lineup who, yes, can go. But if you can get that big fighter like Jack-Eye and Pezzetta, you can get him in the lineup too. I think that works for Ottawa. And then, of course, you go from there. Pittsburgh, you could probably scratch Pezzetta, bring back Barré-Boulet. LA, I'd imagine, maybe you could put Pezzetta in. I feel like they have a fighter or two. But yeah. So I just wanted to bring that up before I forgot, because I know I would have forgotten. And also, I want to say this quickly. Yesterday, it was the Habs season opener and home opener. I forgot to mention the opening ceremony. Oh, no, I think I did. It was much better than last year. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did, actually. But in case I didn't, it was good. Danny, what's going on, man? Hope all is well. Yes, indeed. All is very good. I hope you're having a wonderful day, my good sir. Don't love what I saw from Slav tonight. He needs to wake it up. Yeah, Denny, I can get that. I didn't notice a whole lot from Slafkovsky. It was a lot of Suzuki and Caulfield and Hutson on the top line. On the top line, doing a lot of the offense, generating a lot of offense. So I completely get that with Slav. But here's the thing. We're 2 games into the season. It's not like we're 20 games in and he's got 4 points, for example. No. We're 2 games into season. He's going to wake up. It might take a couple games, but he'll wake up. This is a season where, yes, things should improve compared to the past 3 seasons. And I think it will. It'll get there. We'll probably be around a 40-win season, probably just under, maybe 38, 39. But I think we are going to look a lot better. It might take a little bit to get there, but we are going to be a better team probably by the 20-game mark. I think we are going to be around 500-ish, hopefully. We need to make it harder for teams to break out. We also need to do a better job breaking out ourselves. Yes, absolutely, Danny. I do agree with that. I will say, since Burrows left, the power play has gotten slightly better, and I do mean slightly. Because in the first game of the year, that power play, the first 2 power plays, where it was basically just quick tic-tac-toe plays, it looked good. The power play looked good. But ever since then, it has not really looked all that good. I'm also going to try and, can I move it? Yeah, there we go. I'm just going to move it over because I'll be in the center, and this is the way I am right now. But, yeah, the breaking out. What was I saying about breaking out? I forgot. Also, thank you, Sport. Utah wins. That's no big surprise. Dylan Gunther. Poggers. But yeah, breaking out. I do agree that we should make it harder for teams to break out. The power play, that's what I was talking about. The power play has not looked good since those first 2 power plays against Toronto. It's gone back to that Burrows pass. For example, when Hutson wasn't shooting tonight, there was 4 or 5 chances where he technically could have, but there was someone in front of him that would have blocked the shot. We complain that Matheson shoots with a guy there to block a shot. We complain that Matheson shoots when there's a guy to block the shot, which is why Hudson's not following those footsteps. He's passing a lot, trying to find a guy who's open. So I get that. But it's a lot of pass, hold, wait for someone, pass, hold, wait, pass. You need those quick tic-tac-toes. We did them in the first 2 power plays, and we got guys open just like that. The teams could not respond quick enough. And yeah, breaking out as well, we definitely need to do a better job of that. I mean, having a guy like Line would have helped out a lot more, I think. And it would have given the Canadiens a way to have 2 good scoring lines to where you don't just have to focus like, basically, it's going to have to be until Lane is back, where you have the 1 good line and then you have 2/3 of a good second line with Armia, Gallagher, Anderson, whoever's placed on that second line, because it's probably going to be a rotation. You need whoever's there to be able to at least generate offensive chances. Maybe not necessarily score, but get those chances to where guys have to cover those guys. Not just have it be, okay, well, just cover them, they'll turn the puck over eventually. But need to work for it, You need to work for a fucking goal in the NHL. Just like you need to work to be good defensively. You need to work at everything to be a good hockey player. And for me, I didn't see a lot of that in the second and the third. I didn't see a lot of good breaking out, We're good when we win a face-off in the zone. We're good at that, and we're able to control. We can't get many shots, but we're good at getting zone time, So I do think that the Canadiens need a designed power play coach, as long as they're not Alex Burrows or someone who operates like Alex Burrows. In my opinion, I think that for me, I think that with the Canadiens, we're gonna be good in no time. We're gonna be good next year. So this year, again, we're going to look better. We're going to look better than the Senators, which is a guarantee because we already beat a team who's legitimately really good. They beat a tired Florida team tonight. But, yeah, I think the Canadiens are going to be good. And, again, I think just getting a power play coach, a designed power play coach, as long as they're not Burrows or operating like Burrows, I think that could work. I think there's stuff definitely there to work on, but we'll get there. I'm not going to... 2 games into the season, we need to fire Marty St. Louis and do this and do that. No, we're 2 games into a season. When you get to, the 20-game point, then, yeah, if it stays consistently the way it is right now, the way we played tonight, for example, if we play that way for a majority of the season going forward, then yeah, no, I think that, I think that then at that point you can sort of get into, hey, well, we were supposed to be better this year. I think that's the point where you can get to that in 20 games into the season. But right now, there's no need to worry or, complain or anything. Well, not complain, but you can point it out. There's no need to panic, really. There's no need to overdo anything right now. It's like what Marty St. Louis said in the Rebuild series. He doesn't typically talk to the guys after a game because everyone's overly emotional. Everybody, has, things that they might not fully mean or might not realize in the morning, where it's like, okay, you can actually say it this way and it's more effective. The reason we do these post game is because viewers want to hear the game recap immediately. That's why we have losers, like a bunch of Senators fans who have made the playoffs in 25 years, something like that, coming into the stream. We got a lot of people like that who are giving me views and giving people the opportunity to come by and boost my watch hours and making me some money. But but yeah, no, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. By the way, it's racist that it's only in Canada. That is true, Salty. The Rebuild is very racist that it's only available in Canada. I think technically it is only in Canada. I think you can see it on Prime. I think if you have Prime and then Crave, maybe. I think it's something like that. But I believe all the episodes did drop, I think. Let me actually look at the source that I use, which I'm not going to say because I don't want it taken down. But, yep, they are up, Salty. I will send them to you right now. I will send them to you right now live on stream. Why? Because, well, let's be quite frank, nobody really wants to talk about this game. Nobody really wants to talk about the game that happened tonight. But yeah, it's 8 episodes, Salty. I sent you the first 6 last night. And 7 and 8 dropped yesterday, Wednesday. So yeah, there you go. It's dude, it's good. I love the series, Salty. I gotta watch 7 and 8 because I haven't seen it. No problem, Salty. I haven't seen them yet, so I gotta watch 7 and 8. But yeah, it's been really good so far. I'm really enjoying how in depth they're getting into everything. And yeah. And Julian, yeah, apparently the Sens do have fans. Apparently, I mean they were in the building tonight. They were in the what are they called again? What's their arena? They're so irrelevant. I don't bother to pay attention to that stuff. But yeah, I mean, you'd fool me. You'd fool me, because quite frankly, every time Montreal's in Ottawa, it's like Montreal's second home arena, because every time the Habs are in Ottawa, every time the Habs score, it's 80-20 for the Canadiens, and every time the Sens score, it's quiet as hell. Canadian Tire Center, thank you, Salty. Canadian Tire Center. Yeah, Canadian Tire Center. I gotta try and say that 50 times a day to remember, because they're so irrelevant, bro. And yeah, don't fucking bother with him, dude. Come on. Also, I'm doing quite good, man. Hope to see you here. You only watched the first 2. Oh, dude, yeah. Salty, yeah, dude. Just saw the first 2 and you think it's good? Oh, dude, yeah. You're gonna love the rest of the series. By the way, if anyone else hasn't watched the Rebuild Inside the Montreal Canadiens, great series. It's fantastic. It's on, I believe it's Crave and maybe Amazon Prime for Americans, maybe, I think. But yeah, it's a great series. Highly recommend it. Please check it out. Very, very good. I want Lalonde and Yzerman Wow, Salty. You've officially turned on Stevie Yzerman. Well, I mean, Derek Lalonde, to be fair. Yzerman, though, that's the Salty. I gotta hear your reasoning. Lalonde, I kind of got, but Yzerman, I get. I'm pretty sure you guys played Blomqvist tonight. I'm pretty sure it was Blomqvist who was in for the Penguins. But that's... Wow. You've always been against Yzerman? I did not know that, Salty. I did not realize that you've always been against Yzerman. That's still surprising, because I don't think I've heard you talk much shit about Stevie Y. I mean, hey, DeBrincat's got 3 points. That's got to mean something, right? Right? At least something. Hey, Harry just had to call a Utah announcer. Huh? Matt and Mike, no one's going to read that. But yeah, no problem, man. More like the Ottawa Olympic Divers. That's very true, man. That's very, very true. My oil is still oiling, Shazzy boy. How's it going, man? Okay, yeah, for drafting, I know you've been against Yzerman, Salty. For drafting, I just figured that you wouldn't have been against him in any other regard, surprisingly. Hey, Darkness, thank you for coming by, dropping by to say hello. Enjoy the Blues game, my good sir. Oh, yeah, the defense is garbage, Salty, yeah. I mean, when you're dressing, what is it, Ben Sherratt, Justin Hall, Jeff Petrie, and, like, 2 other bums with Mo Sider, like, it's not going to be that good of a team. Hey, Paulie Jean, thank you for the support, man. You'll be back. Hell yeah. Hope you enjoy whichever team you support. I don't think that Ottawa has an actual team, but you know what? Enjoy yourselves. Thank you for coming by and making me some money. Yeah, Edvinsson and Sider. Edvinsson I like. Edvinson's going to be a good defenseman. It's just probably not in Ottawa. Why do we start Husso? Salty, you have 5 NHL goalies. You have to rotate all of them so you can boost their trade value to get a 6th instead of a 7th for them. That's why. Also, I don't know if you have any better goalies, so yeah. And assuming Costa's not going to get starts for like 3 more years, so yeah. All right. While I wait for more comments to come in, let's talk about the game. Should have started with Talbot. Fair enough, Salty. Talbot's actually been pretty good for the first like 3 months of the year. I feel like 4 or 5 years now, he always starts out pretty well, I feel like. Costa should be good next year. As a backup, maybe. I don't think Costa's ever going to be a starter, though. But, yeah, maybe backs up next year. I don't know. We'll see. The number 9s for the Canadiens were Caulfield, Suzuki, Slavkovsky, Newhook, Doc Armia, Gallagher, Evans, Kapanen, and Barry Burley, Dvorak, Anderson up front. Matheson, Gooley, Celebrini, Smith are on now. Oh, God, yeah, true. I'm going to try and hurry this a little bit. I want to watch Celebrini and Smith. Their NHL debuts, too, I'm pretty sure, actually. Hell yeah. Matheson, Gooley, Hudson, Savard, and Jack-Eye Barron are on the blue line for the Canadiens. Caden Primo, of course, gets the start tonight because Sam Montembeault played last night in a fantastic first game of the year against the Toronto Maple Leafs. The opening lines for the Bruins were Zaka, Lindholm, Pasternak, Marchand, Coyle, Geeky, Tufte, Frederick, and Brazeau, and Beecher, Kastelic, Kopke on the forward core. Zadorov, I've heard it both ways. I think it's Zadorov, but I don't know. Might be either or. But Zadorov, McAvoy, Lindholm, Coyle. I should say, the forward is obviously Elias Lindholm. This Lindholm is Hampus. But Lindholm and Carlo, Witherspoon, and Peak were on the blue line. Jeremy Swayman gets his first start of the season. And Jordan Korpisalo backs him up as he should get used to doing. NCA, what do I think of Lindstrom's return to the Canadiens? He's AHL depth. There's a reason we signed him and immediately waived him to send him to Laval. We need extra blue liners. So yeah, if he does get games, he'll probably only get a handful. He's a capable 6th defenseman. He's whatever. Don't really think much of it. He's whatever. Whoever called Gunther overpaid, or Dylan Gunther overpaid, needs to learn Chinese. Absolutely, because I said it from the start. I said Dylan Gunther, that's going to be a good contract. Very, very good contract. Before the game, Kapanen comes in for Emil Heineman tonight. So Kapanen makes his NHL debut. He would get a solo lap in Boston. Didn't hear the crowd reception, but I'd assume they cheered for him because it's Boston. Even if they hate the Habs, they'll at least do that for most players. Give them a little for their opening lap. 25 seconds in, and Daniil Guchin, my dog? Did someone score already? Am I going to have to load up this game and watch it during the broadcast? I'm going to turn off the Wi-Fi on my phone. If it wants to turn off, there we go. My phone is being very laggy right now. What the fuck? Oh my god. Okay, I got to like restart my phone or something. Holy shit. Oh my god. Okay, real quick, I'm going to get my update going on. Yeah, let me load up the Sharks and Blues game. Let me watch this while everything's going on here. All right. No. I'm just happy he's in the lineup. Oh, let's go. There you go, then. You only played 4 games in the AHL last year, and they were all in Laval? Oh, and yeah, I didn't know that. Nice. Or are you talking about Kapanen, I think? Gunther's turned up his game to start the season. Hated for Arizona to not be able to see the rebuild pan out. Yeah, Mad Mike. I mean, I kind of get it why they moved to Utah, but yeah, I wish they were still in Arizona. I just have a thing for Swedes because they're sweet. Yeah, there you go, NZA. Hell yeah. I'm just happy he's in the lineup. Oh, yeah, Daniil Guschin. I'm hoping I got it right. There you go. But Primo gets called for a trip on Marchand. That is very weak. He makes a save when Marchand's there. Marchand kind of just sells the trip. And that is not a good penalty to call, but the Bruins do go to the power play. Their owner's enthusiastic and actually gives a fuck. Exactly, Salty. Oh, Lindstrom playing in the AHL. Oh, well, yeah, there you go. Bruins look to set up Marchand on the right side. They get a couple looks, and they score. 2 minutes in, Hampus Lindholm gets it from the blue line. He slaps it home. But wait! Jeremy Brazeau looks to have interfered with Primo. He's in the crease. His stick is in the crease. Brazeau comes in, flips him around, and Marty wants it reviewed for goalie interference, and it's confirmed. No goal on the penalty kill tonight. Bruins do lead the shots, though, 4-0 4 minutes in. Dvorak, though, off a good Kapanen pass, gives Swayman an easy do-nothing save. He's held against the post and shot just off the post and off, or off his pad and out, so not really need to do much for the save, but it's good to get your first one like that. Their fan base is a little bit underrated compared to the other Cali teams. Yeah, I guess so. I guess so. You could say that. I don't think I've met many Sharks fans, though, so I can't really say if they're underrated or whatever. Like, obviously, like, Jack and Nikhil and all those guys, they're cool. But I haven't really met many other actual Sharks fans. That's all Morello. He was a bumbling buffoonist. Son Alex Jr. was no better. Blah, 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 blah. Well, if Matt Itch be able to be involved, that would be a clean slate. Yeah, probably would be, Matt, Mike. I mean, Morello had 5 years, and he kind of realized that he wouldn't be able to get it done, so that's fair. Genzia, yeah, dude. Jack Edwards is awesome on the broadcast. It sucks that he's not there anymore. I get why he retired. He really slowed down those last couple years. It was really sad to watch the broadcast when he'd be 10 seconds behind what was going on in the game, and that sucked. But you know what? Hey, at least he gets to watch the Bruins games, and he saw them win a cup in 2011, so we'll have that. So there you go, Jack Edwards. Bruins look depressed. There's a couple near hits on Hutson. He's crafty and gets out of the way there. Doc has speed off a turnover. He goes to the net, and on a near wrap, he's hooked. Zadorov goes to the box. Habs get a power play. There's a lot of fans. Exactly, Mad Mike. Jack Edwards slowing down like he was. Oh my God, you're right. There are a lot of fans here. Hold, God, the brightness. And yeah, there you see him. Celebrini's on the ice. I'll be keeping a not close eye, but I'll be keeping a small eye on the game. I do kind of like that though. The SAP Center is small, or it looks smaller. I do kind of like that though. It's almost like it's very like intimate. Almost, it's very intimate. That's the impression I've always got. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, it does kind of look a little slow. Oh, Joe Hofer starting. Okay, so that means the Sharks should be winning this one. But yeah, Mad Mike, I agree. Yeah, exactly. Jack Edwards was slowing down. It's almost like he was suffering from mini strokes. Exactly, man. It wouldn't even surprise me if it came out that Jack wanted to just do the 100th season and then retire, and he was having some mini strokes. No, yeah, but the SAP Center, yeah, it does kind of look small. You've always had that impression. That was what I was going at. That I understood that. But yeah, looking at it, like when they showed that shot, when they were showing the goalies, like, or not showing the goalies, when they were showing the arena when the lights are coming on, yeah, it does kind of look small. It does look small. I kind of get that for sure. Yeah, all right, game is underway. That's the late game for tonight, and hell yeah. So Canadiens get pressure. Not a lot of shots or looks from the first unit. There is a near giveaway which causes the Bruins to kill time. Toffoli going to the Sharks is just confusing. I thought he wanted to go to a contender, but he still thinks we're in 2016. NZA, no, he's won his cups. I think he won both of them. He might have been around for 2012, but 100% he was around in 2014. Let me actually look that up just to be sure. I actually don't. Okay. By the way, it is tomorrow, actually, Salty. They start tomorrow. They're actually live from Providence against the Bruins, which is actually kind of funny. So, yeah. No, he was only there for 2014, actually. He was there his first actual rookie season. Bro, imagine peaking at the start of your career. But, yeah, no. He was there at the start, and, yeah, I mean, for me, Toffoli going to the Sharks isn't really that confusing. The Sharks want to be better than last year. They want it to be a competitive team, and how does he do so? Well, he goes to Well, they signed a guy like Tyler Toffoli who can score 20, 30 goals. He can play anywhere you need him to. First, second, third, fourth line minutes. He can play power play. Not recommended, but you can kind of play him on the penalty kill as well. He's a guy that can kind of play wherever you need him to. So, versatile guys like that are highly wanted, especially on teams like that who they still might be bad, but for a 4-year deal, should still be, they'll be a little better. I watched some Bruin games the latter part of the year. Almost looked like he had recovered from a stroke over the All-Star, something that took Dick Clark out of his New Year's show. I see, man, Mike. Okay, thank you. Yeah, Salty. Beck would be fun to watch. I might watch the Laval game tomorrow, actually. Depends if they're in English or just in the RDS again still. Hey, Julian, good night, man. Thank you for coming by. Next game Saturday. Absolutely. Go Habs, go, my good sir. Sharks might be at the bottom of the Atlantic Band, Mike, but I think they're going to be around 35 wins. They'll definitely be better than they were last year, for sure. At least they should be. They improved the team a lot over the offseason. And just like that, Montreal scores on the power play. It is 8:26 into the first period. Brendan Gallagher tips a shot from Armia home. He gets that one there. Hutson, first assist of the year. He is 3 points now in 4 career National Hockey League games. So, Lane Hutson, and I got to open up his hockey DB. Oh, that looks so good. Hutson, first point of the year. There he goes. He sets up Gallagher on the power play. Armia and Hutson again with the assist there. Great passing. And actually, that goal happens because Marchand hits Newhook in open ice beforehand. He's out of position. That allows the goal to be set up. Really nice one as it's Hutson to Gallagher, back to Hutson, across to Armia. Shot Gallagher with the tip, and you've got it. If Marchand doesn't go for the hit, he's probably covering Hutson. That goal doesn't happen, so thank you, Marchand. Habs, 1-for-1 on the power play tonight. They look quite good early on. All right. Laval's been played against Providence since 2021. Last time they played, there was no fans. Damn, NCAA. Shit, that's fun. Thank you for that. I appreciate the fact. Bruins look to have the game quickly. This is some good pad stops by Primo. It sucks. You were supposed to go to that game. Oof, NCAA. Habs quickly end up clearing. And back the other way. Newhook finds Doc, a good 2-on-1 pass, but a great save. Shortly afterwards, Armia gets called for a trip on John Beecher. That's actually just immediately after. Weird question about what beer would I recommend? Turned 21 last month. Salty. I'm not a guy to ask for beer recommendations. I don't go out a lot, and I don't. I was gonna say I don't do beer. I don't drink a lot of beer or alcohol or whatever. However, if I were to go to, and I only drink it like once a year because that's how often I go out. At least up until we get to Nashville in December. But Jack Daniel's Tennessee Honey is what I would recommend. If you've tried any Jack Daniels, you might think, oh, that's not going to be good. No. Jack Daniel's Tennessee Honey specifically, and there's another one. Let me look up, because it might not specifically be. It might not be. No, yeah, it's the Tennessee Honey Lemonade. That's the one that I tried. That's really good. Is it whiskey? I only have that shit once in a while. Yeah, exactly, Salty. Is it whiskey? Technically, it's whiskey. I think it's considered more of like an alcoholic beverage, I think. I'm trying to look on the site here. Okay, never mind. That actually is the again, but no, this is the same flavor. It's technically a liqueur. Yeah, alcoholic beverage. That's what it's considered. Which, you know what? I'm looking on the site here for like $3.45 a can. That's actually worth it for me. I'd probably buy a good 6 or 7 of them. I would honestly have one of them on once in a while on stream with you guys if I had some. But yeah, Jack Daniel's Tennessee Honey, the lemonade flavor. That's pretty good in my opinion. I really like that one. Aside from that, not really a whole lot. I think I can handle. Holy shit. This one has 6% alcohol, so you'd be good. It'll be good. This is a 6% alcohol. Or alcohol volume, I should say. But, yeah, like I said, that's freaking delicious. That Jack Daniels lemonade flavor. It's pretty good. I quite enjoy it a good bit. Damn, Blues leading the shots 6-1 in that game. All right. I gotta get... Oh, my God. My voice is slowly going out. All right. So, Armia has called on the trip on John Beecher. And they score. 5 seconds in. 11:04 into the period. Charlie McAvoy with the shot. It's screened in front. It's a good one there to tie it up. And it's a 1-1 game. And then the Canadiens score a minute later, exchanging goals. Cole, goal. Caulfield gets his second of the year. Goalie and Hutson with the assists on that one. Goalie takes the shot. The initial tip by Caulfield just off the side. Quickly gets it, buries it before Swayman can get there. And it's 2-1 Habs lead, 12-18 into the game. Habs are 2 for 2. I put 2 for 2 on the power play, but actually no, we are not 2 for 2 on the power play. And, oh fuck, I believe that my power play counters might have been messed up throughout the game, which kind of sucks. So, yeah. So it's a 2-1 Canadiens lead. And then we get a small little scrum. Alex Barré-Boulet and Gallagher in there with some Bruins at Swayman's net. Not a whole lot of punching, just more like, hey, I don't like you. And then they release after a couple seconds. And the Bruins score. 13:24 into the game. Mark Kastelic ties it up. That's a goal Primo's going to want back. That one genuinely sucks. It's a 2-2 tie game. Kastelic just wrists it, and Primo just can't make the save in time. He sees it all the way through, just doesn't save it, or not that he doesn't want to, he just doesn't end up saving it. But, yeah. Habs then go to the power play shortly after. Fredericks called for a hook on Slavkovsky. And the Habs are running this power play through Matheson. He's given the time and options. He passes. They try and get something set up. It's through Matheson. Nothing gets found. Bruins get a near shorthanded break for Zacha, but Matheson does get back in time. Habs end up being 1 for 2 on the power play tonight. Bruins then really in control after the power play. There's some good passing. They play keep away from the Canadiens. They don't get a ton of shots at this stage. But then there's a cover by Primo. Matheson decides to pop Pastrnak for no reason. There's a goal. Oh, all right. I'm watching. I'm on a tape delay, which is kind of for the best. All right, I'm watching it now. Here they come. 71 in. What the fuck was that? I think that's Celebrini. I think that's Macklin Celebrini. Macklin Celebrini has his first goal in the NHL, and it's the first goal for the Sharks season. Oh my god, I gotta listen into this. There's no way. What the hell was that? What was that? Spinorama. It's off of Matt Kessel. And it goes in. Oh my god. That is a goal the Blues are going to want. Exactly, Salty. That is a goofy goal. That is the goofiest of goofy goober rock goals. Like, oh my god. What? Like, you take the shot, and it... Macklin Celebrini's got his first goal in the NHL. The Macklin Celebrini era has begun. All right, so... yeah, Matheson decides to pop Pastrnak, and the Bruins respond by scoring with 1:47 left in the first. Elias Lindholm gets a tip on a Nikita Zadorov shot to make it a 3-2 Bruins lead. That also sucks hard. That sucks that one gets tipped in front. I believe that one was Jack-Eye, if I remember correctly. Jack-Eye couldn't get the cover in time. And yeah, Bruins do press in the dying minute. There's a shot with 10 seconds left. A small scramble in front, but the Habs do clear it out. And so, it's a 3-2 Bruins lead after the first period. The shots are 13-6 for the Bruins as well. Bruins pressure early in the second. Beecher has a good wrap try stopped by Primo. Bruins have a bit of a flurry. McAvoy has a hit on Barré-Boulet. The Habs try to press. Marchand has a near cheap shot on Hutson. Thankfully, didn't get all of it. He does get enough of a shoulder-on-shoulder type of hit, though. Slav then is on the receiving end of a late hit. There's no call. And Hutson gets called for a hold on Coyle. That sucks. Bruins look to press. Anderson has a nice strip. I forget if it was a shot block or he just poke-checked it. Gets a shorthanded break, and it's just off the post. Anderson nearly had a solid look there. It's 1-1. I'm looking at I'm watching the game now, and Falk sends it out. Oh, and that's a 2-on-1. That's going to be a 2-on-1. Buchnevich. And that's another goofy-ass goal. That goes off of a shark, and that's in the net. So Blues get lucky on that one. Celebrini should have the only goal in this game, but unfortunately the Blues get a lucky bounce. And so the Bruins don't get anything on their power play. I should say Buchnevich gets the goal, by the way, ties that one up. So the Habs end up being 2 for 3 on the penalty kills so far. Yeah, dude, Blackwood, oof. That's a very big oof on Blackwood's end. Habs actually end up getting the first shot of the period 8 minutes in. Both shots, I believe, were from Brendan Gallagher, but there's no screen in front, so Swayman makes some easy stops there. Habs then go to play as Coyle's called for a high stick on Armia. Habs try to press, but it's nothing, and then 20 seconds left. It's a 4-on-4 into a Bruins power play. As Matheson trips up Marchand, it gets called. Marchand steps on Matheson's stick. That's going to get called most of the time. So the Habs are 1-4-3 on the power play. Anderson then gets tripped on a near break during the 4-on-4. There's no call, naturally. Bruins press during the 4-on-4. There's nothing. Habs have a clear. Pasta ends up with a few chances. There's a one-timer that's stopped by Primo. Good save there. Habs are 3 for 4 on the penalty kill tonight, which... That's another thing that really sucks about tonight, is that we can't say, the Bruins scored 3 goals on the power play, or penalty kill just sucked. No. 5 of the 6 goals were on even strength. They didn't score any shorthanded goals. They didn't score any. They scored the 1 power play goal. The rest were all even strength. So we can't even put it on the penalty kill as the fact that, Bruins controlled the second period. They have plenty of zone time. And they'd end up scoring 50-56 into the second period. Pasta gets his second of the year. There's a good slap in the slot. Primo's glove just doesn't get there. It's 4-2 Boston. And I believe that's the other goal that Primo is going to want back. And then, the Bruins score again. 55 seconds later, Cole Kahnawake with his second of his NHL career. His first of the year. First as a Bruin. It's 5-2 as he just pokes it under Primo's pads. He doesn't poke the pads, but it's a shot. Primo just can't cover it, and it's poked through. Canadiens then look for a 2-goal deficit. Suzuki doesn't get a shot through. Habs end up going to the power play, though. McAvoy's called for a trip on Nick Suzuki. Habs do get some zone time, but there's no shots. Doc has an open chance, but he doesn't shoot. Matheson. Hey, Shimmer, how's it going, man? Thank you for coming by, my good sir. Hutson had a man covering him. He can't shoot as the second unit had started this one, and you can tell Marty's sending the message that, hey, look, second unit's doing more. They're going out. You could tell Marty did not like the way the team played tonight, and I'd expect them to get a talking to tomorrow. Caulfield gets found, but there's a stick that blocks his shot with 5 seconds left. There's 1 second left on the power play, but I put it 1 for 3 already. We can't score with 1 second to start the period. And Swayman at the final horn of the second pushes Suzuki. So Suzuki just kind of in there, pushes away Suzuki. Suzuki goes over, talks to him. Bruins come over because Swayman's a little bitch who can't ever, do things for himself, basically. Needs his guys to come in there and take Suzuki away. And, not a whole lot of, scrimming, just Suzuki talks, Bruins come over, hey, go your way, and they break it up easily. So the Bruins have a 5-2 lead after the second period, but the shots, 24-11 for the Bruins after 40 minutes of play. That's embarrassing. Canadiens' lines were in a blender to start the third period. Slav gets moved down to the second line. Anderson is up on the first line. Goalie is now with Hutson, and I believe they put back Savard and Matheson. So, would it work? We'll see. Habs do have some momentum. It's just very slight, though. They do have zone time, but not much else in the opening periods. In the opening minutes of the third, I should say. Gallagher hits the outside of the post on one way and back the other way off of a good break pass from Marchand. Coyle hits the post. He nearly scored there to make it 6-2. Sorry. Canadians just couldn't get much when it wasn't Lane Hutson trying to generate offense. Bruins then go to the power play. Caulfield's called for a hook. I should say, for the Primo penalty earlier, Caulfield went to serve it, I should say. So Caulfield in the box for technically his second time of the night. He gets called for a hook. Bruins press. Marchand has a poke on a loose puck. Primo is able to hold that. Habs then can't clear. Primo needing to stay sharp. He does for a couple times. Habs are 4 for 5 in the penalty kill tonight. That's another disappointing thing as well, is that penalty kill played well tonight. The power play just sucked. And 5-on-5, we were kind of weak when it wasn't the first and the second half of the third period. Habs would scramble in front, and they get a power play. McAvoy's called again. This time for delay of game for taking the net off and pushing it off during a scramble for the Canadiens. We look to press, but it's zone time and nothing else. The power play is horrible. We had it done last time, and I talked about it, where we played well on the power play for the first 2 times last game, and since then, this game, 1 for 4 on the power play. But then, we score. Like 20 seconds after the power play ends, Josh Anderson tips a goalie shot home, makes it 5-3. 9:05 into the third period. Kapanen gets his first point as he has the secondary assist on that goal. And last time I checked, they actually hadn't credited Anderson with the goal. On the replay, he did get the tip, but they didn't credit him with the goal last time I looked. And yeah, they have actually credited him with the goal this time, so I was accurate at that. Evans had originally gotten the assist, which it sucks he doesn't get that because I think he's deserving of points. But unfortunately, Anderson with the assist means he doesn't get an assist. However, Anderson will look actually pretty decent after the goal scored, so maybe he just needs his confidence boosted. Habs press for the 5-4 deficit, but they get held in their own zone for a moment. They are playing the passing game. They can't get much to the net halfway through. A little bit of momentum, though, as the Habs look confident. The top line actually looks for another goal. Hutson has a good shot through traffic. Anderson looks like he had tipped it again, but Swayman covers that one that time. Then there's a slew footer from the Bruins. There's no call. Habs press with some speed. A couple hits. Marchand and Jack-Eye stay in the slot of the Canadiens zone. Marchand gives a Jack-Eye little whack. Jack-Eye just looks at him. Didn't affect him whatsoever. I will say, that's the extent of what Jack-Eye did tonight. There was not a lot of hits from him, and I understand why. It's early in the season, and he's probably being monitored for the next little while by the due to his incidents against the Leafs and the Senators, I would imagine. So they probably asked him to just tone it down for a bit and rate that Jack-Eye's to cooperate with a guy with the Department of Player Safety like that. But yeah, I would imagine that he'll be back to normal soon, and hopefully it's just a Barron actually has a good body check at the line. Then there's a good one against the boards. Kastelic hits Matheson from behind. There's no call. Thankfully, Matheson does look all right. Habs press with 6 minutes left, and we end up scoring after some good momentum. 4:27 left in the game. Brendan Gallagher gets his second of the night, second of the year. He's now on pace for 82 goals. I'm sure he'll do that. He gets the second goal in front from Evans and Armia. That's a 5-4 game. It's just a really nice tip. Goes up, just out. And the Habs look like they're coming back. And then the Bruins score. 17 seconds later, Kastelic gets his second of the night to make it 6-4 for the Bruins. That sucks. The shot just goes off Barron, who's trying to block it, then off of Primo's stick and just up into the net. That is the most unluckiest of bounces that there are. 6-4 Bruins take back the 2-goal lead, and then they take a penalty. About a minute later, Marchand, being a moron, blatantly shoots the puck into the netting from the Habs zone. That's clearly called delay of game for puck over glass. Habs press, there is an empty net shortly after, just under 3 minutes left, I believe. Actually, no, right off the draw, there's the empty net because of 3 minutes left. Habs do get chances. Hutson has a wide open net, but he just shoots over. That would have been awesome for his first, but unfortunately just couldn't get it. It was a pretty good shot, too. Like I said, just unfortunately went over the net. He had Swayman completely tricked. Habs end up being 1 for 5 on the power play, though. Bruins do ice the puck with a minute left. They were able to get it cleared a couple times, missing the empty net, but obviously no icing because they were on the penalty kill. There's a 5-on-1 in the corner afterwards. Habs managed to thankfully get the puck if they had lost it there. With 1 Bruin against 5 Canadiens, that would not have looked nice. Bruins missed another empty net. Lindholm was just too slow to get there to officially ice the game. There's an icing on the Bruins with about 5 seconds left after a Gallagher press. At the horn, there's a good Anderson wrister that just goes wide to end the game. Bruins win 6-4 in regulation. The final shots would actually end up being 29-24 for the Canadiens, so pretty good looks from Montreal. They played a very good third period. They played a pretty good first period. I should say, they played a very good second half of the third period. The first half was kind of iffy. That second period, completely garbage. You could argue that's where we lost the game because there was the 2 goals in 55 seconds. So you could argue that's where we lost it, even though technically had we scored 1 more, the Kastelic goal would have been the one to end it, to be the game winner. But yeah, just not a good second period. And first period ended up being a 3-2 again, and we actually outscored them 2-1 in the third. So we played a pretty decent game, but again, just couldn't get it when it mattered most and complete the comeback. But yeah, the Canadiens avoid complete humiliation and just end up losing by a respectable 2 goals. So yeah, that is going to do it aside from the stats, which we'll get into in a second. And right here as we're approaching the end of the stream, I'm going to ask you guys, if any of you guys are new here and enjoying the content, hit the like and subscribe button, turn on that notification bell. Goal Caulfield and Brendan Gallagher lead the Canadiens with 2 goals. Lane Hutson, Caden Gooley, and Yoel Armia each with 2 assists. Josh Anderson with a goal. Yorsavkovsky, Kirby Doc, Oliver Kapanen, and Jake Evans each with an assist. Samuel Montembeault with a shutout. Those are your Canadian stats, at least thus far. Biggest surprise, probably Suzuki with no points. Biggest letdown, or biggest surprise is honestly Gallagher. I did not expect him to be goal per game 2 games into the year. Happiest surprise, Lane Hutson. He's got 2 assists. In his NHL career, he is still point per game. He has 4 assists in 4 games, which, come on. How can you not love it, boys? How can you not love it? And also, I will say, took his first penalty of his NHL career tonight. I will say that as much. There's a bit of a scrum going on in the Sharks and Blues game, so that seems like it's going to be a fun one. I'm going to check that one out. And if I can give you guys a quick update, the Wild beat the Blue Jackets very unfortunately tonight by a score of 3-2. Stars would actually hold on to beat the Predators 4-3, so the Preds actually almost came back in that one. I believe they were down 4-1. I don't think it was 4-0. Of course, the Penguins beat the Red Wings because, duh. And right now, the game between the Blues and the Sharks is 1-1. So those are all the updates for the games that have not finished. Oh, and Utah beat the Islanders 5-4 in overtime. Dylan Guenther with his second of the night. He had a very solid game for himself. So yeah, guys, that is going to do it officially for today's stream. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please do not forget to like, comment, subscribe, favorite, share, and everything, which includes, but is not limited to, and I just realized I had my socks down there. Shit. YouTube, Facebook, X, Instagram, Tumblr, and everything else. My name is Hooray. Subscribe to the Puff Club. The HG Club is Hub and the D Nation. If you're a member of the Mod Squad, thank you for moderating the comments on our streams and reviews. Is much greatly appreciated. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, check out the links in the description. Would be much appreciated. Thank you guys again so much for watching. My name is Trace, and I am out. I always remember, no matter how bad it worked last year, how okay it will be like this year. Go Habs, go baby. Thank you guys again for watching. My name is Trace again, and I am out. Love you guys. See you guys. Bye guys. Love you guys. See you guys. Bye.